Hola chicos, hola, un saludo y bienvenidos a otro programa más de Hoy Te Hablo De. Y hoy estamos acá para ver este juego. Es una aventura gráfica llamada Lamplightcity. Como ustedes saben, las aventuras gráficas es uno de mis géneros favoritos. Me encantan, sobre todo me encanta ver cuando usan este estilo gráfico que es pixel art, pero que recuerda mucho a las grandes aventuras de LucasArts y de Sierra de la época. Entonces siempre me ha gustado mucho este tipo de aventuras. Este juego, Lamplightcity, se me ha dado para que lo muestre un poco, ¿no? Y obviamente no pude decir que no cuando se me ofreció, así para que sepan que este ha sido un juego ofrecido. No lo he probado, lo voy a probar con ustedes a ver qué tal. Lo que sí les puedo comentar es que se me dijo que en este juego hay 5 capítulos o 5 misiones distintas, pero en este juego, en este que voy a probar hoy, solo podemos probar la primera. No sé si van a ir en orden o tú vas a poder escoger. Vamos a ver un poco, ¿no? Vámonos a lo que son los settings, como siempre. Vamos a ver, pues ahora tiene subtítulos, idioma. Por ahora tiene solo inglés. Bueno, vamos a ver si cuando salga el juego final va a tener algún otro idioma. Esperemos que sí. Vamos a darle close acá, ¿verdad? Y bueno, vamos a darle New Game. Ustedes saben que estos juegos de aventura a mí me encantan, me encantan. Un género favorito, a pesar de que no es, los gameplays no son lo más visto de mi canal. El juego comienza ya directamente. Fíjense, los fondos están hermosos. Voy a intentar ver si les puedo, bueno, voces. Vamos a ver si les puedo ir traduciendo un poco para que nos enteremos. Vamos a jugar la primera hora como hacemos normalmente. Y entonces las 3 opciones para contestar son Rough Night, que es noche dura, despiértate, corazón, cariño. Bill, despiértate. El carruaje está en fuego, está encendido en fuego. Vamos a
Bill, wake up! The carriage is on fire!
That's only funny when I do it to you.
Eso solo es divertido cuando yo te lo hago a ti.
Have a rough
¿Cuál es el
night?
problema? ¿Tuviste una noche difícil?
Bit too much Bollingworth ale.
Ajá, jugué
That stuff
demasiado
really creeps up on you.
bowling.
Sorry I couldn't join
Te
you.
terminas
I was
cansando.
long overdue for a
Disculpa que
quiet
no
night
puedo
game
irme.
with Patty.
That's
Pero
fine.
tenía una larga noche con
There'll be
Adi.
plenty of other opportunities.
No te preocupes, ya tendremos
Hell,
muchas
maybe Adelaide can
oportunidades.
even join us. It's been ages since she
¿Quién
last
sabe?
drank me under the
Adelaida
table.
te podría estar
I'm
uniendo.
afraid she mostly sticks to
Desde
tea
hace mucho
these
tiempo que
days.
nosotros no hacemos algo juntos.
Miles, what exactly is it we're looking into? I may have dozed off.
Mike, ¿qué es exactamente lo que estamos viendo? Creo que me dormí mientras lo explicaban. Te dormiste, las opciones son te dormiste durante la explicación, durante el briefing, que cuando, o sea, cuando los policías o otra cosa pues te explican un poco la situación. Y aquí el capitán Snelling algún día de esto se va a dar cuenta.
You sleep through the briefings?
Te dormiste durante
Sure,
la explicación.
it's
Sí,
really not that
no
difficult.
es tan difícil.
Snelling's
Snelling
monotonous
es
drone
monótono.
works better than cold tits emulsified soporific.
Very funny. Anyway, it's a burglary at the Hambrook Flower
Es
Shop.
un robo a The
burglary,
Hamburg Culture. Ah, un robo.
At least we'll have enough time to get a drink afterwards.
Bueno, al menos tendré
Seem
suficiente
awfully
tiempo para
certain,
tomar después.
I am.
Estás
In
muy
fact,
seguro
I've
de
got the
eso.
devil in my head that we're done within the hour.
Well, the devil's gonna be disappointed that his winnings are so meager.
La actuación de las voces está bastante bien.
We've arrived.
Sigamos.
After you, Bill.
Después de ti, Bill. La actuación está bastante bien gráficamente. Este usa un motor que se llama AGI, que es de Adventure Game Interface. Entonces, con el que se pueden hacer juegos de aventura. Que este juego, esto creo que ha sido actualizado, este motor, y permite ahora juegos a una resolución un poco más alta. Antes era 320x240, ahora puedes llevarlo
Thank you.
creo que hasta
Keep
los
the change.
640x400. Y a pesar de que obviamente una resolución mucho mayor, pues se sigue viendo un poco pixel art porque ya nosotros estamos en resoluciones Full HD, etcétera. Pero a mí me encanta porque mantiene ese estilo de las aventuras de
our
local.
night of excitement begins.
Y así
You
nuestra
more than
noche
anyone
de
else should know
aventura
there's
comienza.
rarely a dull night in Chumley.
I have a feeling tonight will be the exception. Until we get to the pub, that is.
Keep your mind on the case, Bill. Now let's get a move on.
Mantén tu cabeza en el caso, ahora vamos a movernos. Ok, con el clic izquierdo interactúa con los objetos. El cursor del mouse es sensitivo al contexto. Es decir, como ven, va cambiando. Cuando llegamos aquí, pues tenemos esto, el casebook. Como pueden ver, nos explica un poco acá. Claves que hemos encontrado, sospechosos y documentos. Eso es lo que llevamos hasta ahora. y nos va diciendo, habla con el dueño del Hamburg Flower Shop, es decir, es una tienda de flores.
Glad this thing is lit. This isn't really the type of place I'd prefer to be at this time of night.
Don't worry, Miles. I've got your back.
Estoy contento de que esto esté encendido. No es un sitio donde me gustaría estar en la noche sin luz. No te preocupes que yo te cubro la espalda, le dice el otro. Entonces ahora miren que tenemos varias opciones. Trash can.
Fordham, what are you doing?
I was gonna check inside this trash can for clues.
Miles, in the 15 years we've been partners, how many times have you found something inside a trash can that wasn't garbage?
Fair point.
Ok, me dijo que en todos los años que llevamos, ¿cuántas veces has encontrado algo que no sea basura dentro de la lata de
Come on,
basura?
Bill.
Es pura nostalgia retro gamer.
Charming, but empty. We need to find the owner.
Always so to the point, Fordham. If ever there was a better time to stop and smell the flowers.
I think I'll leave that to you, Bill.
With my allergies, hardly.
Cantaría que estuviera en español porque se me hace difícil hacer una traducción simultánea. Y bueno, sé que para muchos de mis suscriptores, pues el inglés es un problema. Para muchos sé que no, pero bueno, ojalá puedan disfrutar igual del juego. No sé si la versión final va a salir en español. Lo voy a averiguar con el desarrollador y así les puedo traer esa información.
Lost in thought again, Fordham?
Pero bueno, estoy acá. Vamos. Me quedé un rato viendo las cosas acá. Y bueno, ya él comentó algo. Vamos a sonar la campana.
Be right there.
Ya voy.
Oh, hello, gentlemen. I must say you caught me by surprise. I was preparing to close soon. May I help you find anything? The flowers in the center display are half price this week, and I have a special on chrysanthemums today. Or perhaps a custom bouquet for the special ladies in your lives?
I have no need myself, but maybe Adelaide would appreciate a little something. Eh, Miles? Those peonies in the corner look nice.
I'm afraid we're not here as customers tonight, ma'am.
Lo temo que no estamos aquí como clientes.
Is he in?
I see. I'm Cecilia Handbook, and this is my shop. What can I do for you, gentlemen?
I'm Detective Miles Fordham, and this is my partner, William Legere. We received a report of a burglary at your store.
A report? From whom? I never contacted the police before, and I didn't this time, either.
Oh.
It was made anonymously, but are you saying this isn't the first time it's happened?
Correct. It's happened 3 times. But considering the police hardly care about the daily muggings and vandalisms around here, I didn't think they would be interested in something so trivial.
Well, we're here now, and we'll do all we can to help you.
We'll have to see about that.
If you wouldn't mind, Mrs. Handbrook, I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Very well, detective.
Cambia aquí. Básicamente, la conversación se traduce en que ellos recibieron una llamada diciendo que la señora había sido robada y cuando ella llega la señora dice que ella no ha llamado en esta oportunidad ni en ninguna de las otras y ellos dicen ¿por qué esto es algo que ha sucedido en otra oportunidad? Y ella dice sí, pero como la policía pocas veces llega y se preocupa por esto pues nunca pensé en llamar y él le dice que la llamada que ellos recibieron fue anónima, es decir que no fue la dueña la que llamó por el robo. Vamos a preguntar por los robos.
Could you give me the details concerning the burglaries?
About 3 weeks ago on Monday, I noticed that my order of Easter lilies was missing. At first, I thought nothing of it. Sometimes certain types of flowers are unavailable or arrive in poor condition. These things happen. Then 2 weeks ago on Wednesday, it happened again. But this time, I noticed something rather odd.
Go on.
When I opened the shop, there were 6 crowns and 10 shillings on the counter. That's exactly the cost of 2 orders of lilies. Last Friday, it happened yet again. The lilies were missing, and there was payment for 1 order on the counter. I believe that someone has been breaking into my shop after hours, taking the lilies, and leaving money behind.
How unusual.
Ya nos han dado un clue. Ok. O sea, ella le está diciendo que pues se perdió, la primera vez se perdió no vio su orden, su pedido no le llegó de lilies, de flores, pero que la segunda vez pues él tampoco vio el pedido, pero en esta oportunidad había dinero en el mostrador, o sea, él ya había dejado el pago por las flores, y lo mismo pasó la última vez, pero esta vez en vez de el pago por dos, o sea, completo, era la mitad. Entonces ahora, ok, vamos a preguntar por personas.
Have you noticed any
sospechosas.
suspicious characters lurking around?
Detective Fordham, this is Chumley. You can't throw a stone without hitting a suspicious character. And if you've noticed my window, you'd be aware that stones get thrown around quite a bit in this neighborhood. If you're looking for trouble, you're far more likely to find it out there than in here.
I meant if you'd seen anyone out of the ordinary near your shop.
Only the two men from the police who entered it tonight. That is most definitely out of the ordinary.
El voice acting, la actuación está bastante bueno, de verdad que sí. Bueno, el hombre le preguntó si ha visto a alguien sospechoso y básicamente la señora le dijo, oye, que acá todo el mundo es sospechoso, o sea, no puedes tirar una piedra sin golpear a alguien sospechoso, básicamente.
Have you found any evidence of a break-in?
No, the front door is always locked. My assistant Trevor and I are the only ones with the key.
Are there any other points of access to the building?
The upstairs windows, I suppose, but I make sure to keep them locked, and neither of them have been broken.
Would you allow us to have a look upstairs?
Is that really necessary? I was just about to close up the shop.
It won't take but a moment.
Fine, I suppose you may, but please, don't dally too long.
Ok, payment. Vamos a ver.
So
pago.
this burglar has been paying for the stolen goods?
That would appear to be the case, yes. I really don't think this could even be considered a crime. That's one of the reasons I didn't bother reporting it to the police.
And the other reasons?
Oh, I think I've already made those quite clear, Detective.
You mentioned your assistant has the other shop key. What can you tell me about him?
His name is Trevor Hastings, and he has been working for me for the past 10 years.
Do you trust him?
Implicitly. I've known him for ages, and he has been my full-time assistant since shortly after my husband died. You're not suggesting he had anything to do with this, are you?
Not at all. I would like to speak with him, though. Where might I find him?
It's Friday, so he should be on his way back from the docks right now. He'll be bringing my flower order within the hour.
Good. We'll meet him here, then. If that's all right with you.
I suppose I don't really have much of a choice, do I?
Oh, Musk. O sea, sigue. Vamos a preguntar
Have you
ahora
been in
por ella.
business long?
Yes, I opened this shop 30 years ago, along with my late husband, David. But the past 10 years, I've been running things on my own.
Don't you feel unsafe being here by yourself so late into the night?
Detective, when you've lived in this part of town as long as I have, it takes quite a lot to scare you.
I think that's all the information I need for now.
All right, Detective.
Ok, vamos entonces a investigar un poco.
Not too many left. Seems business isn't so bad around here.
Well, you know what they say. There are only three certainties in life. Death, taxes, and people taking advantage of sales.
A ver, lista de precios.
These prices are pretty reasonable. The place I go in Worcester's clearly robbing me blind.
If you think those are bad, don't go near the flower shops in Lyon.
Vamos entonces al piso de arriba donde ya me dijeron que podía.
Interesting choice of decor in here.
Perhaps it wasn't always used as a storeroom, although I can understand why it would have been converted.
Yeah, it is rather drafty in here.
Ah, ojalá fuera drafty en este cuarto, porque
Rather
lo que está haciendo es un
distinguished-looking
calor
gentleman.
brutal acá en
Reminds me
Inglaterra.
of Captain Snelling, if he ever smiled.
A young lady, perhaps a relation of Mrs. Hambrook?
I can see the resemblance. Sort of.
Okay. A device.
I've seen this type of device before. It's a special container for growing plants. Specific temperature and water conditions can be adjusted. Seems to be empty right now, though, and judging by the dust, it hasn't been used in a long time, if ever.
It seems Mrs. Handbrook isn't too fond of steam tech, or just doesn't understand it.
Ok, vamos a ver los.
Unmarked,
las cajas.
but if the smell is anything to go by, this is where the flowers are stored when delivered.
I'll keep my distance then.
A ver por la ventana.
I don't think this window would serve as a viable means of entry.
It's a nice view, though. You can hardly see the vomit and manure piles on the street from up here.
Lamplight City in all her glory. This provides a means of escape from the top floor, or access to this window from the ground. Interesting. There's a gap between the window and the frame here. No wonder it's so drafty in this room. The window latch, securely locked. I wonder.
What are you thinking, Fordham?
That it's time for an experiment. I'm going to need a tool, however. Something long and thin should do the trick.
Shouldn't be too hard to find something like that around here.
Ok. Ya me van a poner a hacer experimentos. Ya he agregado dos nuevas pistas. Ok, él necesita unas
I would imagine that keeping a consistent temperature in here is important for the flowers.
When do you suppose this contraption was last serviced?
Hard to say. Definitely not recently, if the dust buildup is any indication.
Ok, vamos a ver si consigo lo que me está pidiendo. Shells.
Seems to be the broken...
Why not just throw them away, I wonder?
It's likely they're going to be repaired. I noticed some faint cracks in some of the pots downstairs. Pastoral landscape. Definitely nowhere near here.
Never much understood art. But it would be nice to see a place like that in person.
Tengo que buscar algún objeto porque él quiere hacer un experimento. Para eso sí, bueno, acá, miren, todas estas son las pistas que llevamos. Los sospechosos, acuérdense que son 5 casos distintos. Entonces este es el primero de 5. Vamos a ver si logro encontrar entonces el instrumento del cual me está... Hotspots will change when new interaction. Los hotspots cambiarán cuando nuevas interacciones sean posibles. Vamos a hablar con
I have a few more questions for...
Very well, Detective. If it will help you...
Vamos a ver de qué le va a preguntar.
Mrs. Hanbrook, were you aware that there's a gap in the frame of the small
Está
upstairs
preguntando por la
window?
ventana de arriba.
Is there? I only go up there to check that the window is locked. I've never noticed a gap. Are you suggesting that's how the burglar is entering the store?
It's a distinct possibility, but I have yet to figure out exactly how.
Well, I trust you'll come to a satisfactory conclusion, Detective.
I think that's all the information I need for now.
All right, Detective.
Ok, vamos a ver entonces si saliendo consigo lo que necesito, porque no veo por acá lo que estoy buscando. Pero obviamente no me puedo ir hacia allá. Vamos a buscar en la basura a ver si ahora sí puedo
No point
buscar.
wasting time searching.
You finally learned.
Ok, no, todavía no.
He's just pacing back and forth.
Probably one of the patients from Riverview. Seems like there's more of them on the streets than in the asylum these days.
An all too common sight in this part of town.
Sad to say, it hasn't really changed much.
Ok.
Looks like they've had some trouble with vandalism.
Pretty much every business in this part of town had.
Ok, nada por aquí todavía, entonces necesito encontrar algo para utilizarlo.
Aha! This hook is exactly what I
Ajá.
need. Mrs. Hanbrook, may I borrow this hook for a few minutes? It's crucial to our investigation.
Is that so?
Yes, I promise I'll put it back as soon as I'm done.
Please do, Detective.
Ok. Vamos otra vez entonces arriba. No sé cómo se usan los objetos. Vamos entonces hacia acá.
The window latch.
Ajá, y los objetos, ¿cómo los uso? Ah. Esto aquí sí me han dejado algo frío porque no tengo idea de cómo se usan los
Lamplight.
objetos.
The wind. Good.
And what is this experiment going to be exactly?
Ok.
Simple. I'm going to
Automáticamente.
see if this hook can get me inside the shop. Rather dark out here.
Watch your step, then. This experiment of yours isn't worth a broken neck.
I'll be fine. Now then, could you please close and lock the window, Bill?
Ok. Oh, lo mueves tú. Ok, yo pensé que...
Well, I'd say this is fairly incontrovertible proof that the building can easily be broken into without arousing suspicion.
Where'd you learn how to do that, anyway?
You taught me, remember?
Nah. Are you sure it was me?
Positive. We were a few pints in at the Angel about 5 years ago, and you decided I should learn how to pick locks.
What else have I taught you how to do while drunk?
That would be telling.
Ok, llevamos 20 minutos de juego. Vamos a seguir entonces por acá. Oh, llegó el otro señor. Trevor.
Evening, Cecilia. I've got the order ready to bring in.
Trevor, these are Detectives Fordham and Leger. They say there's been a report about the burglaries, and they're here investigating.
I only did it because I think it's been going on too long. As much as you want to, we can't handle this ourselves.
We can discuss the matter later. In the meantime, the detective would like a word with you.
I'll be needing to bring in the flowers first, if that's all right. Otherwise, some hooligan's likely to run off with them.
My partner will keep an eye on your flowers. Bill, would you mind?
Ah, the glamour of police work.
A mí el juego de verdad me está gustando mucho porque me
Now,
gusta
Mr.
el
Hastings,
estilo, me
if
gusta,
I could
pero
ask you a few questions?
estoy
Go on,
un
then.
poco decepcionado de no poderles mostrar el juego en español porque sé que no lo están disfrutando, sé que muchos de ustedes no lo están disfrutando y esto va a ser un problema.
What can you tell me about the recent burglaries?
I wish Cecilia had contacted you a lot sooner. She's a damn fine woman. But sometimes I think she'd rather jump in a rose bush than ask for help. Had to take matters into my own hands. This needs taken care of, and we can't do it on our own, as much as Cecilia would like to. Anyhow, alls I know is someone's been making off with some flowers and leaving money behind. No idea who it could be, how they're getting in, or why they even bother paying. In my day, if you robbed a place, you did it the right way. It's a sad state of affairs when even burglars don't do their jobs correctly.
Do you have much experience with burglary, Mr. Hastings?
Now, I never said that, detective.
Have you noticed anyone or anything suspicious around here recently?
Nothing but the usual roughnecks, ragamuffins, and drunkards. Like I said, it's a real mystery.
Could you walk me through the process of your deliveries?
Of course, there's no great science to it. On Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons, Cecilia gives me her list of flowers to pick up from the wholesalers. I head over to Gascon around sunset when they get their shipment, and I give them her order. They load up the crate, I pay for it, and then I lug it back here.
How long does that take?
Between moving the crate and getting it across the river on the ferry, a couple of hours. Usually the store's closed by then, so I use my key to get in and leave the crate inside for Cecilia to open in the morning. That's all there is to it. Told you it wasn't very complicated.
Do you ever leave the crate unattended during that time?
No, sir. Never more than a minute. I may be old, but I got good eyes. I'd see if there were anything amiss. Besides that, I check to make sure the crate is still sealed when I drop it off. I'm not about to let Cecilia down by being careless.
Okay, no.
How long have you been working for Mrs. Hanbrook?
Been about 10 years now, I reckon. I used to help with deliveries now and then when it was her and David, her husband. But after he passed, she offered to make me her assistant. Unfortunate way to get it, but I needed the work. Used to be I had a job at one of the airship yards, but they let me go after I was injured by one of those newfangled steam machines. So the offer came at a good time. Besides that, Cecilia needed looking after, even though she'd never admit it. If I'm being honest, we're both getting a bit long in the tooth. Not sure how much longer we'll be keeping this up, but as long as I'm upright and breathing, I'll be bringing these crates along, even if it is murder on my back.
I admire your work ethic.
I've got a job to do. Not enough people these days seem to respect that.
Thanks for your time, Mr. Hastings. I'll let you get back to work.
Appreciate it, Detective.
Muy
If
buen
you don't
trabajo
mind,
con las
Detective,
voces.
I still need to check the crate before I bring it in.
Of course. Thank you again for your help.
Okay.
Learn anything?
Possibly. I may have an idea.
Oh.
Ah, you're being cryptic. That's always a good sign. But if you've got a plan, let's talk about it.
Ok, hablemos entonces.
Got a minute, Bill?
For you, Miles, I've got 5.
Oh.
I've heard of honor among thieves. Have you ever known a thief to pay for stolen goods?
Perhaps conducting normal business is just too boring for him. Do you think he might be doing it for the thrill?
There could be any number of reasons. The best way to find out is to catch the culprit and ask him ourselves. Right. Based on what we've been told in our experiment, I can only conclude that our burglar is using the upstairs window to get into the shop.
So what do you propose we do about it?
It's happened repeatedly over the past 3 weeks, on one of the delivery nights. Since it has yet to occur this week, and today is Friday, logic dictates it should be tonight.
So we settle in and wait to see if the burglar returns? Catch him in the act?
Exactly. It's our best chance of solving this before the trail goes cold.
I was really looking forward to getting that drink at the Angel tonight, too.
I know, but it's as you said yourself. There'll be plenty of other opportunities. Besides, forbearance is good for the soul.
Spoken like someone who truly has no idea how to have any fun.
I'm sure I'll get the hang of it one of these days, especially with your expert tutelage.
Okay, let's go have a chat with Mrs. Hambrook. I'm sure she'll be delighted to know we're spending the night.
Oh, ahora se han metido ahí, espera.
Forgot to bring my deck of cards again.
At least it's quiet up here. I'm surprised we didn't go deaf after the last time we did this.
What?
I said... Oh, right. Your sense of humor remains on point.
Miles, have you ever considered leaving all this behind?
What, you mean quitting the force?
The force, the city, going off and seeing what else is out there, you know?
I'd miss it too much. Wouldn't you?
I was thinking I might visit Harley out west. She makes it sound like a dream in her letters. Wide open spaces, fresh air. I know I'm a city boy and would probably miss New Britannia's filth and squalor after a week, but...
You should do it. A change of scenery never hurt anyone. Plus, it's much easier for you than it is for me. I've got a family to consider, after all.
Ah, right.
Oh, no, I didn't mean it like that, Bill. It's just... Shh.
I think I heard something.
Ah, aquí viene nuestro ladrón pagador.
Hello there.
Stop! Police!
He's
Pero
got the
entonces
fire
son
escape. We can corner him on the
idiotas,
roof.
tenían que
Stay
esperar que
close and keep me
entrara.
covered.
Se le cayó el sombrero.
Bill!
Oh.
Stay back, officer. Got a knife.
Ready your pistol, Fordham.
But you're too close!
I trust you, Miles. Your pistol, now!
There's really no need for this, officer. I respect your desire to uphold justice. Mine is more important. If you let me go, I won't come back. And we can all forget this ever happened.
Don't listen to this lunatic, Miles. Take your shot before things get worse.
La música está buenísima. Razona con el ladrón o dispara. ¿Qué hacemos? Disparamos, razonamos. ¡Dispara!
No!
Bill.
Oh, God!
Oh.
I am so sorry, my friend.
Ah.
I am so sorry.
Qué mala pata. 3 meses después. Esto es muy malo.
Miles, wake up! Your house is on fire!
Huh? What?
You see, I told you it was funnier when I did it to you.
Yes. Hilarious.
What's the matter? Have a rough night?
Overdid it on the soporific.
Bueno, ¿en quién quién está
Why do
hablando?
I feel like I've had this conversation before?
I'm just glad you're in the mood to converse again. Seriously, you took so much of that snake oil last night, I was starting to think you wanted me quiet for good.
It's no personal slight. I just need some quiet time, or I'll go insane.
I get it. We all need our space. I know it's not easy, but there's really no need.
Not easy. Bill, I've been hearing your voice since you died. You don't shut up unless I take that accursed medicine. I'd say that qualifies as a bit more than not easy.
Yeah, well, how do you think I feel? You think I enjoy being trapped here, listening to you whine about how hard your life's become? You at least still have yours.
I'm losing my grip on reality, and it's all because of you.
Believe me, I know. It's not a pretty situation. But the bottom fact is, you're stuck with me. So you can either keep living this way and ruin your life even more than you already have, or you can do as I've told you and try to figure out a way to let me move on.
Right. For the 1000th time, you want me to find the burglar from the flower shop.
Yes, exactly.
I still don't get how that's going to help.
I can understand your confusion, considering it was
¿Qué
you
hubiera
who
pasado
killed
con
me.
la otra opción?
But the point remains. You wouldn't have been in that situation in the first place if not for him. Once the criminal has been caught and is in custody, we'll both get what we want.
Justice?
More than that, you'll have that elusive thing you always wanted to give others. Closure.
You do realize the trail's pretty much frozen at this point. Our man has seemingly vanished into the ether.
That's no excuse not to keep trying. I know the cases Upton's been giving you these past few months haven't been the most thrilling, but they've at least kept you active. So just keep at it. Something has to turn up eventually. Unless, of course, you want to wind up in Riverview Asylum. And if that happens, I'm really not going to keep quiet.
Fine.
Good man. Now, I suggest you stop talking to thin air, or Adelaide's gonna start wondering if you've gone mental. Or just maybe, she'll stop wondering.
Very funny.
Ahora estoy intrigado porque me gustaría saber qué pasa con la otra opción. Él tiene que morir siempre, imagino yo. Pero bueno. Esa fue la opción que tomé la de dispararle y bueno, mi amigo murió, no sé si con la otra opción hubiera quedado vivo, yo me imagino que no, pero bueno, ahí es la pregunta. Ustedes pueden comprar el juego y hacer otro juego, todavía no sale, no está disponible, pero lo va a estar dentro de poco, creo que para septiembre ya debería estar en el mercado disponible, lo pueden ya reservar en Steam. De hecho podríamos rápidamente hacer yo podría hacer una búsqueda acá en Steam, en la store, para decirles, vamos a ver si este es lamplightcity, aquí está, vamos a buscar y les voy a comentar entonces. Aquí el juego, bueno, dice coming soon, pero creo que el juego sale para septiembre. Lamentablemente no habla por ningún lado de que el juego vaya a tener español, habla pues de alemán como subtítulos, todavía no habla por ningún lado de español. Una lástima, a mí particularmente me gusta mucho este estilo de juego y me siento un poco mal por no haberles podido pues traducir de manera más correcta el juego, pero que igual de esta manera hayan podido disfrutar un poco de él, verlo si les gustan las aventuras gráficas. Ya la historia a mí me ha enganchado, el estilo gráfico pues me gusta mucho, es muy sencillo como dije, pero me recuerda mucho las aventuras gráficas de LucasArts y Sierra, y eso es algo pues que siempre para mí vale muchísimo. Y bueno, ¿qué más les puedo decir? De verdad que me hubiera encantado que el juego estuviera en español para aquellos que no lo entendieron. Aquellos que sí entendieron pues y les gustan las aventuras gráficas, creo que este es un buen contentor. Como les dije, tiene 5 casos en esta demo, bueno, demo beta que me han dado para probar el juego. No, han presentado solo el primer caso, pero bueno, más adelante yo lo seguiré jugando y quizás si el juego vale la pena lo traeré en una de estas listas de juegos indies que le he empezado a preparar pues una vez cada mes, cada 2 meses, ¿ok? Así que bueno, vamos a ver más adelante si este juego forma parte de esa lista. Por el momento me gustó mucho la trama, me atrapó, espero que ustedes también y como siempre nos vemos en un próximo episodio de Hoy Te Hablo De. Hasta luego mis amigos.